Welcome back to the I'm Glad I Know YouTube video series sponsored by Health Education Learning Project in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm your host, Phillip, and today we're going to be tackling the questions that you guys have about sex, but have been scared to ask. And I'm going to take this thing head on myself today, okay? So starting with the first question, does bottoming hurt? Yes and no. Okay, so usually the first time you bottom, it is going to hurt because it's something that you're not used to, and as you get used to it, your body becomes more familiar with it, and that pain starts to go to more pleasure side. Some things that you can help to lessen the pain: don't tense up, remain relaxed, make sure you breathe, and make sure you use a lot of lube, which I see is our next question is, how much lube should you use when having sex? Guys, the more lube, the better, okay? And that's because when you use more lube, it's less friction, okay? So less friction in the anal area means less rips and less tears. Less rips and less tears means less exposure to STDs. So when you use more lube, not only does it make things easier to go in, but it also protects you at the same time, okay? Our next question is, should I always use protection, or is it okay to go bareback? For some viewers who don't know what bareback is, it's the same thing as raw. So raw and bareback is the same thing. And should I always use protection, or is it okay for me to go raw? Well, it depends on that person. So say, for instance, you hooking up with somebody on Jacked or Grindr, and should I use a condom in that instance? That should be a conversation you have with that person at the time. I always, working in this field, suggested everybody use a condom, but I know and I realize that condoms is not an ideal use for everybody. So, and for those who don't, like I said, use more lube. That way you lessen the harm levels. And, there's other tools as well, like PrEP, pre-exposure prophylaxis. So, you can use those tools as well. But that's just a conversation you should have with that person that you're having sex with at that moment. And I tell a lot of people that I counsel, especially people who are in relationships, that says, is it okay for them not to use condoms during sex or whatever? And I say, if you guys have both tested and you guys have both, disclosed you guys' results to each other, and that's a decision for you guys to make. I can't make that decision for you guys. So if you're not going to use condoms, though, just make sure you use a lot of lube, because it lowers your risk level to contracting STDs. And one more thing, guys, about the using protection or not. While we're on the subject of disclosure your statuses like that, you should go get tested and encourage your partner to get tested as well. That way, the other person's status, when you guys disclose your statuses. And with that being said, I tell anybody, you don't want to assume anything. So if you don't know that person's status, the best thing to do is to wear a condom. And like I said, if condoms doesn't work for you, use more lube, and make sure you try out those other alternatives like PrEP, like I mentioned before. So let's go to our next question. What is the best position for anal sex? Once again, guys, that's up to the individual. I know some people who like to be in control, so starting off on top is best for them. I know some people who like to be comfortable and like to trust their partner and like to be taken care of by their partner, so they start off on a more bottom, maybe on their back or on their stomach type position, to give the top more control. So that's up to you. And as you, I'm not encouraging everybody to just go have sex randomly or anything like that, but as you have sex more, you become more familiar with, what sexual position works better for you and what sexual positions don't work good for you. Those are our questions, guys. I hope that I helped somebody. Those were certainly questions I struggle with coming up. So I hope that I reached out to somebody and helped somebody. If you guys have questions, please send them to us, www.helpfw.org, and we'll make sure we answer those questions for you guys. Once again, for the I'm Glad I Know YouTube video series, my name is Phillip Turner. Make sure you hit that subscribe button because you don't want to miss a single episode. See you guys next time.